That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/lockedon. The Pelicans could have used some help last night. They were shorthanded as can be, missing 8 of their top 9 scorers in last night's contest against the Cavs, which they completely dominated. Easy fashion. Ty Jerome with the career high. Jaylon Tyson in his first career start put up a 16, 11, and 7 stat line.
Mike, can you steal more of our thunder here?
Well, I'm going to ask.
Jeez.
That's the story right there. It is the dominating
What do we have left to talk about? You just told us the whole story of the game.
I just gave you the stats. Now you give me the analysis.
I mean,
what analysis? They played great.
The Pelicans, listen, it's good that the Cavs bounced back. It was a close game in the first quarter.
The Pelicans,
but the Pelicans were not an NBA team.
They were giving you that
yesterday.
game.
Yeah. Had you heard of any of the players that played for them?
No. In fact, I looked at the players, and they just all looked like they didn't belong.
Right. They had no real. I mean,
they didn't look like. I mean,
Brandon
obviously
Boston.
they're NBA players. I'm not.
I never heard of Brandon Boston before yesterday. Now, I'm not the most diehard NBA.
He's
Is
nice.
that the guy there?
No, he's to do with the braids.
Yeah, I know who he is,
okay.
but I've heard of James Robinson Earl, I think. Didn't he used to play for Oklahoma City?
Villanova, and then Oklahoma City.
Okay,
yes.
so I did know who he was.
Why did New Orleans decide to just roll this lineup out there? Are they starters banged up? Or are they coming off a back-to-back? Why? What was
They were back-to-back
They were
and
back-to-back
starters.
and starters.
Some of those, a lot of those guys are hurt.
And they're
Yeah,
not,
genuinely hurt. That
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
and they're not
complete
good.
rest.
And they're not good.
They're terrible. They played that game with one player that was averaging more than 6.9 points per game, and that was Brandon, what's his name?
Boston.
Boston Jr., who averaged like
I
10,
did like to
think,
see the
12.
Jaylon Tyson thing, though, because
That was good. That was fun.
The thing about him is I always said that he was the one that would probably come in and replace, an Okoro or Karis LeVert, from the simple fact that what he does is he can score. He looked like he sped his jumper up a little bit more, but what I like about him is that he goes down there and he rebounds and things like that. And, if we're going to have these small guards and we're only going to be able to run Evan Mobley and stuff like that, you need a guy that can at least go in there and still grab some buckets. For example, Jason Tatum is not the biggest guy in the world, but this guy gets 11 rebounds and stuff like that. So if you can have another guard or small forward type of guy that can come in and crash the boards as well, it'll help you in that aspect. So I like to see. I know he did it in college. I wanted to see if he could do it in the NBA. Don't get me wrong, you got to take it with a grain of salt because of who it's against.
A lot of grains of salt.
Yes, but the fact that he was still able to do it was still impressive to me.
Man, I was in the building last night. Shout out to my wife. She got me tickets
I saw
for
your
the game.
picture. It was cute.
I was about to say,
Were
yeah,
you guys
I
like
saw
courtside? It was nice seats.
I mean, man, it was a little nice seats, man. She got that accounting money. I didn't even ask where it came from. So it was like, yo, them nice seats. I can see why there's money in the bank account a little low. Never mind, though. We was in the building, and let me tell you this. The takeaway is Ty Jerome is elite in Cleveland. Let me tell you this. When he's playing at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, he's different. Like, this dude is not, this ain't fluky, bro. I was sitting there looking around, and when he got the ball, it was electric. It was electric, bull.
It was
What
crazy.
did he make, 9 threes or 7?
That dude.
7 threes.
Bro.
That stretch at the end of the first half where he kept shooting further and further out.
People was going crazy. People was hugging.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude's different. And you know what the crazy thing is? He's just pulling up on people with this level of confidence right now.
yeah.
And it's not only that, he taking the ball from people, he coming off screens, he just step back game. When you get step back game, and by the way, when people start doing you like this on the sidelines,
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
when they start
They're like holding each other back.
when they start giving you that, it's over. I was like, listen, it's and one mixtape, Tyvis. I was expecting them to grab the ball and just throw it in the stands.
Damn.
Baby.
Just get on the court with the microphone.
Bro, it was that lit.
That was
it was
crazy.
that crazy to me. And I was like, hey, listen, I know Darius was out to get today. He's like, listen, this dude, I sit out one game. And Ty Jerome's like, oh, no, I'm pulling.
You're going to get Wally.
No, I'm pulling.
Wally
Hey, G, you want to hear the best part about Ty Jerome? We're going to do a little reenactment. Bull, you're going to be Ethan from Cleveland.com last night post-game. I'm going to be Ty Jerome.
Okay.
Ask me how it felt to catch Supernova in the second quarter. And I'm going to give you the exact quote that Ty Jerome
Somebody
gave.
asked him that question?
They were like, Ty, you caught
Ty,
in the second
you
quarter.
were phenomenal. The crowd was going bananas. You kept stepping further and further back. How did it feel last night?
Felt really good.
That was it?
That was it. Deadpan.
Yeah.
Next question.
Nothing.
He is the most silent assassin, straight-faced killer I've seen in
Yeah,
recent
media
memory.
members make the huge mistake of the "How do you feel?" question. Those are
How does it feel?
those are bad
It
questions.
feels like crap.
We
No,
got to be
you-
better
what
as a
say?
media to stop asking those questions.
Well, what's a good question now?
In that case,
Yeah.
wow, you put me under the
Well,
pressure.
I mean,
now.
if you're going to be critical,
A good question in that situation, and I just repeated that because I'm thinking about it.
Smart.
That's the way to kill time a little bit, and that's what
that's
I'm
a great question.
That's what I'm continuing to do.
That's a great question.
Is to say something like, Ty, you guys had to bounce. You guys played terribly yesterday. You wanted to get this win. Darius was out there. Did you look at this as an opportunity for you to establish yourself even more as a guy who can play starters minutes?
You know what he would have
Great
said?
question. A little long, but a great question.
He would have been like, yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, I really
Yep.
like talking to Ty because
Yeah.
he'll give you his honest thoughts in the
Right.
moment, but he doesn't expand on it. He just gives you exactly what it
All
is.
right.
Earl,
Got to get close to them. You got to become more friendly.
I'm going to say this,
Yeah.
man. Earl
Earl been wrong about 99 things on this show.
It is
Still
amazing.
celebrating his
That-
birthday.
But he got one thing correct so far.
This pool,
Shout out, Earl.
this blind seven and blackjack that you went, the fact that he picked Ty Jerome's name out of a hat for a 50-50 raffle at a Baptist church on Tuesday night is the most crazy pool prediction I've ever seen in my
It
life.
is true, and Tyvis is right. No offense to Earl, but Earl's got the worst winning percentage.
Yeah.
of like predictions. And
0-2-6.
But this is like a 10 out of, this is 100 out of 100.
I mean-
on Ty Jerome. It's a makeup for all the mistakes.
Well, he was
He's the GOAT.
He was on track with the Martin Emerson thing, and it just.
But he's the GOAT right
He
now.
said he wouldn't trade
He
for
wouldn't
Aaron
trade-
Donald.
He offered. He said, "I wouldn't give up anything more than DPJ and a fourth." For Aaron
Donald!
Wait, one more thing on Ty Jerome. So
Yeah.
George Niang said this post game last night.
Yeah.
He said over the summer Ty was on fire.
Yeah.
And we're like, it's the summer. No one's really playing defense. Whatever.
Yeah.
We go to training camp in September. Ty Jerome's the best player in training camp.
Yeah.
It's training camp. Who cares?
Yeah.
17 games in the season. Ty Jerome has been arguably minute for minute the best player in the NBA this season. You know he's only playing a certain amount of minutes.
Right,
Bench
right,
guy.
right.
But at some point, and George said this last night, he goes, when are y'all going to change your expectations of who this dude really is?
My expectations have
And-
changed already.
And I think it's a valid point that
Yeah.
this is not just a 2-week, 17-game stretch.
Yeah.
If you listen, and Kenny Atkinson said it, Donovan said it, Kobe Altman said it. It's like a 4-month period where Ty Jerome is on fire.
Yeah.
I know he probably can't shoot 60 and 55 for the season.
Man.
Can,
But
almost.
So
his
Mike-
career numbers are 43 and 34.
Yeah.
I think that's more of the outlier than what we're seeing
Mikey,
now.
let me ask you, right in a 1 month season, 1 month, I'm gonna give you two candidates. I just want to check your temperature to see where this Ty Jerome is at. Would you take Ty Jerome for 1 month, or would you take Jeremy Lin?
We mentioned Jeremy
1
Lin
month,
the other day.
just a 1 month season.
Well, let me pull up Jeremy Lin's stats during Lin's
Yeah, I tried to pull that up.
Jeremy Lin was on some other stuff.
Yeah, he was on some trash. He was like really like
Lin Sanity.
like
Insanity. Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, but he-
that was like a 35 game
Yeah.
run or 30 game run or something.
and
Ty
Carmelo
Jerome
was
is
hurt
not
too.
getting the
And by the way,
hype.
that dude parlayed that into like $100 million.
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Who?
Jeremy
Lin.
Lin.
Listen,
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin.
Wait, what they parlay?
No, I mean,
No.
that run, that stretch set him up to have this. Like, he had a quiet,
okay, I
really
got
good
you.
NBA career where he was a backup point guard, but
Yeah.
at one point he was a starter for a few years.
Yeah.
Was it the Knicks, right?
No,
Knicks,
listen,
but
Ty-
That's why it got so hyped, because it was the Knicks.
No, because didn't Kobe say, I don't know who that is?
Yeah,
or something
something
like
like
that?
that.
He
Ty-
But
got
the
this.
Knicks, being in
Guys,
New York.
it's Jeremy Lin, by the way.
Give me some of these
I just want
numbers.
to check
This
your
is-
temperature.
Starting from
Give me them numbers. He was
2/4/12, so February 4th of 2012 or 2012.
2012.
He went. This is his back-to-back games: 25 points, 28 points, 23 points, 38 points, 20, 27, 26, 28, 21, 17, 19, 14, 20, 20, 14.
Yeah, but he was playing a lot more, I'm sure, than Ty Jerome.
Yeah, he was playing 37 minutes. a
And,
game.
and he was hitting game winners.
Game winners.
If they would have played Ty Jerome like full starter minutes yesterday, if it wasn't a blowout, he probably would have scored 40, 45 points last night,
I think so.
the way he was playing.
So during that stretch, it was a 18-game stretch, by the way, Linsanity in the month of February. He scored 21 points per game. He did average 5 turnovers, but he had 21, 9 assists, 2.5 steals, 4 rebounds.
Oh!
Shot 56% from the
I didn't realize he was that good. Yeah.
I didn't even know he was dishing the rock like that.
Yeah, well, that was the D'Antoni offensive system, which, by the way, Atkinson kind of is a disciple of, where they just ran high pick and roll every time, and he was awesome. But Ty Jerome, not to take anything away from Ty.
No, and again, as Tyvis said, and he's right, you take everything with a grain of salt against who you played yesterday, but it was still good to see. And as far as what's his name, Tyson.
Jaylon Tyson.
Do you think he earned some more minutes?
50
Oh, yes.
Jaylon Tyson.
I heard you said 50 Tyson.
For a minute, I wanted to call him Jaylon Dyson. Is there a Jaylon Dyson in another sport?
There's a Dyson
I
Daniel.
might say Dyson Daniels.
But anyway, you're right, guy. Again, it's hard because of the competition, but he looked like a real player out there. I'd like to see him play a couple of minutes with all these other guys out. If they're still out, what's the next game? Sunday? If some of those guys are out, like give him some minutes. Let's see what he looks like a man for a guy who's pretty young. I mean, he don't look like a kid.
He played well enough to get another shot
against a real team. Yeah. I'd like to see that.
I remember like TJ Hushmanzada a little bit.
TJ,
can you put it back up?
TJ, who's your mama?
Not in this picture as much, but it's like on the court. I feel like he looks like him. I don't know.
Let's see, TJ.
Man, listen. This is, I've been creating
TJ,
this.
who's your mama?
This is.
I don't like that picture.
That's not a great picture.
No.
That's a
Can we get the
crazy
profile picture of
It's like when he's got the hair back.
I could see it.
Hey,
I could
listen.
see it.
Here's how we gonna do this, man.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You
See
know,
it a little bit.
I'm excited about it because this is the El DeBarge stopper. This the El DeBarge stopper. I'm all for it. Listen, we got him right. This is good hair on good hair. This is baby bangs. I got him right on Jason Tatum. And when he's guarding Tatum,
what is he, Samoan?
I don't know. I don't know what he is, but when he get on Jason Tatum, he can be like, "Your baby hairs, my hair is better than you and your."
He's got some good
hair.
Know.
How good is he defending? I know in the summer league, the one thing that they stress with him is him being ball dominant, being able to distribute.
Is
the
he
ball.
A defender, Mike?
And it was nice to see.
He's strong. I'm not sure if he's super quick laterally yet. I'm not taking anything out of last night's game that I think is definitive, but he's strong as an ox.
We got to see him play some minutes against a legitimate opponent to get a better feel for him. I think.
I'm ready to elevate him.
I'm curious.
I'm ready to elevate him to the DeBarge stopper. You know, it's always one or two of them.
Has he passed Amani Bates for you?
Thabo Cephalosha. Amani Bates is in a different.
Cephalosha.
So yeah, listen. What do you mean Amani Bates is he passed?
Like
who?
Jaylon Tyson.
You better get out of here.
Come on, bro.
He's not ahead of Amani Bates.
Do you know what Amani Bates is going to come back and do with this coach?
Are these guys serious over here?
45 points.
I mean, G is serious, but he's wrong.
All right.
No, I'm with G on this.
People still on the Amani Bates.
Amani Bates,
man, listen.
He's never
if Amani Bates was in this offense, the man would go for 30 a night.
He wouldn't pass the ball. You can't play him.
He would be the assist.
Like
they would be giving.
He gonna be in the corner
because he ain't
wide open.
It's gone.
Everybody hit for the Cavs under this system. Bull, you hit
that ball
threes.
touch his hands, it's gone.
I couldn't hit a 3 to save my life. Go ahead, Mike.